guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. My name is Tamika Mathis and I am a domestic violence survivor. I ask that you like, comment, share, and hit the subscription button at the bottom. So I just want to thank everyone for tuning in as we end the Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I really do want to give thanks to the guys that have, to you guys that supported, who have liked, comment, shared, who have reached out to me. It truly means a lot. It does not go unnoticed. I thank you guys. I want to shout out to all the women who also shared their stories, shared their stories with me as well. You guys have truly touched me also. So I asked God, what do you have for me? He literally just gave it to me because he gave me something else. But I always react, this is what you want me to do? And so he said, so he gave me a title. Oh, and I do want to say this. I ask that if you have not watched any of my videos, I ask that you go back and watch them before you watch this one, which is the warning before destruction, suffered in silence, sweeping it under the rug, and silent cries for help. This one is titled When My Enough Became Enough, right? So I was like, wow, okay. You want me to tell that story? Okay. So I know you would say your enough should have been enough when it first happened, right? True. Your enough should have been enough when you got that deep cut up under your eye, or when you had to doctor that black eye, or that busted lip, or how he talked to you in public around people sometimes. You know, your enough should have been enough long time ago, but yet it wasn't, right? So like, why? You know, I wish I could just explain it other than a stronghold, right? So, but I can tell you when my enough became enough. We came home one weekend. It was because the school that we went to, Monroe, was celebrating. They was having this big thing. I can't even remember if it wasn't alumni. It was something else. I think it was a cook-off. And we always come home. That's just what we do here in the city that I'm from. You know, we real big on our high schools. So we was coming home for that, right? So we was doing a meet and greet. Everybody's gonna meet at this particular spot for our meet and greet. So we go. We having a good time. Started off good. You know, I'm seeing people that I know now. Remember, if you went to our school, it's like we are a big family. So we're gonna hug, we're gonna see each other, we're gonna do whatever, but respectfully, right? Respectfully. So I was doing the same thing, and so was he, hugging everybody acknowledging him, you know, but of course he's looking like thinking something that is not, right? So I have heard so many stories about this night, about how, you know, he was outside and he came back in and he seen me dance with him. He seen me dance with a guy and drugged me out the club. But he was in the bathroom, came out. It's just so many. And I was literally drugged through the whole place, right? That's what I heard. But no, I'm going to tell you what happened. We were sitting next to each other. And I do mean sitting next to each other. We were sitting next to each other. I'm facing this way and he got his back turned because he was eating. But we are sitting towards the back of the place, towards the bathroom. We're sitting next to him. Where the TV at? Yes, we're in that area. For those that know, we're sitting next to each other. It's this guy. He just dancing. You know, he all doing his thing in front of me, just dancing. But he's not like in my lap, but he's just in his own little area. He just dancing, but he turned looking at me. But he's a little drunk. I ain't gonna lie, he was drunk. But he's just getting it. So I'm looking at him. He acting like he don't see it, but he see it. I'm looking at my homegirl, and she was like, And so, you know, I'm just like this right here because I don't want no problems, right? I don't want no problems. So I just lean back and I look away because I'm trying not to make no eye contact because I already know what I'm dealing with that's on my side, right? So I'm not saying anything. I'm not moving with him. I'm just sitting down, had my legs crossed. I ain't doing anything. My homegirl said, I go to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom. I turn this way, which means my back is towards him now because the guy is still carrying on. So I'm just trying to turn away. Maybe he'll get a hint just going on. All I know is I got hit in the back of the head, and it was so hard that I thought somebody was fighting, even though it wasn't nobody back there. But that's just how caught off guard I was, right? And then he do it again. And I turned around and I said, you hit me? Yeah. You letting that MF dance on you? You letting that nigga dance on you? You ain't saying, let's MF go. So I get up. Yes, I get up. I'm so, what? I can't believe you just did this. I don't know who seen it. I don't know who walked by. I don't know. So I was walking and I realized that my homegirl pocketbook was left. So I had to, she was coming out the bathroom. I said, girl, we about to go. And she was like, what happened? Look like something happened. I said, I'll tell you about it later. Right? We get in the truck. He takes her to her car. But he's driving crazy and he parked crazy. So the car that came up behind him that needed to get by couldn't get by. So the car was honking the horn and it was loud. And then he get out the truck and he arguing with them. They going back and forth. Him and the guy that was in the car, they going back and forth. And then my homegirl, we trying to calm him down. My homegirl go ahead and leave, trying to calm him down. I'm trying to calm him down. Get back into the truck. He hit me 3 more times. Boom, boom, boom. Speeds off. Hit the side of cars. That's how crazy. And he was driving like a maniac, right? You ain't this what he told me. You ain't SHIT. You ain't nothing. I'm done with you. You so effing stupid. Anything to try to get a reaction. I'm still just, I still ain't saying that. I ain't said nothing. I ain't say nothing. And he said, that's why I've been cheating on you since I met you with my ex. And he called her name. I still didn't say that. He was just still trying. Because see, in my mind, my enough had became enough. And I have never, ever called the police on him. The deep cut that was having the blood gushing out my eyes, the black eyes, the busted lip, the embarrassment, all of that. I never called the police. I never. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, I have dealt with you. I have put up with you, with your lies, with your abuse, with you embarrassing me, all of this. In my mind, my enough had became enough. And then he ended up throwing a drink on me. Took a cup that was in the car and threw the drink on me. Anything to still try to get a reaction. I still didn't say nothing. And he was like, you ain't staying in this room with me tonight. You ain't staying in this room with me tonight. But in my mind, I already knew that I wouldn't, but I just let him talk. You're not staying. You better call somebody to come get you. Pack your clothes. Get out. I don't want you around me. I don't want your ugly self around me. This is all saying. Get to the room. Get in there to pack my stuff. He's still calling me all kinds of names. I'm ugly. I ain't SHIT. I ain't never did nothing for him. You ain't nobody ain't gonna want you anyway. Anything. You think you look good. All of this is being said. Then he said, give me my card. Give me my card. You ain't spending my money. Now, mind you, I work for the company and I help build the company. I still ain't saying nothing. I'm just getting my stuff. He rushing me to get my stuff. As soon as I got on that elevator, I called the police. And that's when my enough became enough. That's when I said, I can no longer do this. I can no longer put up with this. I done lost my baby. I've been covering. I've been showing up when I don't feel like showing up. I've been smiling when I don't feel like smiling. I've been acting like you this perfect guy when I'm just lying. I'm becoming somebody that I don't even recognize when I look in the mirror. And this is what you're going to say to me. And this is what you're going to do to me in public. My enough had became enough. I knew once I called the police, it wasn't going to never be the same. And it wasn't. It wasn't. So it happened. That's when it went out on social media. I was embarrassed. I was humiliated. But when I look back on it, when God had me look back on it, that night saved me. That night gave me a voice that I had started not having. I was quiet on a lot of things in the marriage. I didn't say a lot in the marriage. I just went along with the flow. It gave me my voice back. It gave me a certain amount of strength back. It gave me the ability to set my non-negotiable. It gave me the ability to go way back get all my stuff, even though everybody, even when my sister came to pick me up, she was so blown away, but she was still trying to, hold up, you ain't got to make no rash decision. But see, they had no clue what I was dealing with for 3 years. So in their mind, this is fixable. Maybe he had too much to drink, maybe he smoked something, maybe something happened, the reason why but in my mind, I knew, no, this is something, but it just don't went outside the house now, but inside the house, it don't happen. This don't happen before. But she was just like, oh, I said, no, I'm cool. I'm not making a rash decision. She was like, okay, got my stuff. I came back, and he said all that stuff to turn around and say that he only said it because he was jealous. To only say that he was drunk. To only say it because, he felt a certain type of way. It made him feel a certain type of way. He apologized. He promised to get this help, because my non-negotiable was, you got to get help. I no longer, even when people or my family and friends were like, is this the first time? I was still lying and saying, yes, it's the first time, because I just did not want to tell them. I was not ready to tell them, but I was still ready to no longer suffer like I was suffering. I wanted to see something different, right? So my enough became enough then. Like that is it. I can no longer do this. So he promised to go to counseling. He promised to get the necessary help. I stayed for weeks, and we talked for weeks. This, talking ain't nothing. That's just what he do. He don't mind talking. That's easy. It's the actions behind it, right? It's the action. What you gonna do when it was time to show up for counseling? Pulling teeth, pulling teeth, pulling teeth. You didn't want to do it. You didn't want to do the work. You didn't want to get help. I told him that spirit, whatever it is on you, I don't know what your next step is I don't know what your next reaction gonna be. If you did it in front of people with no thought, I don't know what's gonna come next. And that scared me. Like, you would think I would have been scared all over. I mean, I had a little fear, but that totally shook me, right? So yes, I did go back based off on him going to counseling, and the help was gonna help, but he didn't want to get the help. So your enough should be enough when it first happened. When I look back on, I should have left when it first happened. I shouldn't have been trying to hold on to a hope that it was going to change. I should have removed myself from the situation. Can you imagine? If I was to have to be buried, and only his side would have been told. There ain't no police reports. I ain't writing it down. I ain't journal. I journal, but I ain't journal about the abuse. Family not even knowing the truth. Only able to go off his truth because I was quiet. Because I didn't walk away. Because my enough wasn't enough when it first happened. So I say to you, let your enough be enough at the beginning. I know you may feel, hey, he all I got. That's not true. I know you may feel like I ain't gonna never get this certain type of lifestyle. That's not true. You ain't even happy in the lifestyle. I know you may feel like, but what everybody gonna think about me? Or, we was upholding this. We put on this image. It don't matter. Your peace of mind, your safety, you matter. I wish I would have left the first time, because it did not get better. It got worse. So you walking around in the house, burying stuff, sweeping up on the rug, walking rocky. Ain't nobody addressing the issue. Ain't nobody getting healing. I'm hurt. Whatever issues he's dealing with, he's hurt. That spirit on him. Then that spirit will start coming on you. You will start just sinking. You will start becoming somebody that you're not. And you wonder why you just can't nobody figure out. Because you ain't telling nobody. You ain't saying that. You pretending. You don't became so good at pretending. It's easy to smile through it when you know you're dealing with somebody that just put your hands on you. It had became easy to do it. Had don't master how to do it. But my enough became enough that night. That night, saved me. Even at the time I was embarrassed, even at the time I didn't want to show my face, it saved me. It gave me a sense of power that I didn't have before. And even when I walked out, when I finally realized that he wasn't going to get the help and I walked out, it wasn't easy then, right? It wasn't. It was some stuff I was dealing with even after leaving. Like, because that stronghold was so strong, even though I knew I wasn't safe and I had to go or I was going to literally lose my mind, I left. Because my enough had became enough. And I say to you again, let your enough be enough the first time. So each week I did a video. Each week for Domestic Violence Month, and Domestic Violence Month awareness is ending on the 31st. And God gave me something to say every month. My idea to carry on my story is to do it every other week, right? Unless God leads me to do a video every week. Again, I want to thank you for your support, for your kindness, for your understanding, for listening, for tuning in. It does not go unnoticed. I truly appreciate it. This has been so therapeutic. This has opened up a different level of vulnerability for me. And I can say that I'm glad I'm living in my truth. You know, at first I was embarrassed. At first I was just like, I don't really like telling people my business a lot like that. That's like deep. I don't want to do that. But God reminded me that it's not about me. It is not about you. It is not about you. So I thank you again. Until next time, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.